Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD6. Let's continue the advanced maps using Monkey Knowledge. Pat spawned Impoppable. I'm gonna still go with Pat and exploring the fact that this map has a lot of water. I'm gonna go with a water-based strategy, mainly a sub-commander strategy. Now the early positioning is gonna be identical to what I did in Halfkish, just because of the fact that starting spots, in my opinion, are the best ones. So why should I change that? And so that monkey in this left side, and then actually first should be good, and then a submarine as close as you can there on the top side of the left obstacle. And I'm gonna exploit here the fact that I could place the submarine for less cash and free that monkey, so that I can place Pat here in round 7 right off, so he can start leveling up, and I can use his ability and so on. Now of course Impoppable, when you're going with the with Monkey Knowledge activated, is that much easier, for the very simple reason that you have the mana shield that can tank up to 25 lives, and every round it recharges up to 5 lives lost. So definitely being something that can help, especially in these early rounds. You can see that I can afford to get like some upgrades earlier instead of placing more towers, because even if 1 or 2 Bloons can sneak through and I may lose lives, it doesn't really matter because I have the mana shield to tank, and so it's much more like relaxed gameplay, especially early game. And of course you always want to try to pop as many Bloons as possible, because every Bloon is cash, but in Impoppable you're getting 100% the cash from the end of the round and from popping the Bloons. So compared to Halfkish, the early game is much easier. Now Pat plays in that position and not, for example, after removing the obstacle, because in that way Pat will already start leveling up, and I just like him better there. Once he gets level 14, sorry, and once you unlock some of the upgrades with extra range, maybe you get a village and so on, his ability can target up to like a lot of submarines, even if they're pretty far away. So as soon as I have 500 cash, I'm gonna remove that left obstacle, and I'm gonna increase the range of this submarine. And now, as you can see, I can attack better the Bloons coming, especially from the bottom side. That's the most problematic part, the most undefended. But it still should be more than enough here, so nothing to worry about. Now for M23, it's just 1 camo, and I don't, well, it's like it's up to you whether to decide to get the Dark Monkey 002 to get an early camo detection, and then get the Submarine 202 so you can spot camo, or you can instead go with a farm like I'm gonna do, and start collecting some extra cash, yeah, so it's up to you whether what you decide. In this case I'm gonna tank the 3 lives of the camo green Bloon, because I don't really mind. As you can see, I have all the damage I need to survive these rounds without having any other upgrades. Now another thing is, after you get the farm to 0-0, I just recommend upgrading the sub here 202, and that is important because I've placed the farm here for a very specific reason. So the farm here is gonna give me enough range, but here I think I messed up. I forgot to use Pat's ability. Anyway, you can use also farms to keep range to the subs to attack. So in that case, instead of getting the farm completely out of range like in a corner, I prefer getting it close to the path, so now the sub has this range that he can attack. And it may seem like something not that important, but it's actually pretty important. And for these yellows, I'm gonna use here pass over 3, and I should pop, if not most of them, if not all, most of them. Now for this lat round, I don't really care about having the lats in the right side getting closer to Pat. The important thing is popping them. And Pat's range is enough to pop them, and then the submarine can just finish them off. So I'm gonna get the farm, as you can see, 220 right off. I'm gonna get here another sub, pretty much like I did for Halfkish. Now this sub, pretty important to place it as close as you can to the other one, so you can then fit another sub down there. Yeah, for round 33, definitely you need the Dark Monkey 002 for the camos. So I'm gonna get it as well. And now very simply, I'm gonna just place the other sub. I'm gonna upgrade it to 02 as the other one. Go. And then I'm gonna place a third sub right off here. It should benefit as well from pass over 3, so that's always a good thing. Okay, my bad, I just took too much time to place it. And very simply, another 202 sub. So preparing already for round 40 for the move up. Now you don't really need this much, like this super strong defense. With less submarines, I think you can still survive, but I just like to get more, so in that way, until I get to round 40, I can pop everything. Now another important thing that you need to do is to change the sub's target option to close. This is going to be especially important for round 37 and 38, as you're going to be seeing in a moment, because of the fact that the balloons coming from the left side are the priority, right? So if you have the submarines, in this case attacking the balloon, these lats right here, that will not be popped until they enter in a path range, you're gonna lose a lot of balloons, of piercing. So that's why I recommend getting the subs in close as a target option. Then I'm gonna get the factory as well. 30 subs, more than enough for round 40. So I'm gonna start stacking a little bit the bank. Okay, here unfortunately I didn't proc a Pat's knockback, or probably when it was about to proc it, I used his ability. And there is an animation when when you use Pat's ability, because he's gonna stop attacking. So you need to be careful about when you use it. Here we go. Now I'm gonna use it. So see how different the round was, just changing the the timing of the ability. So I waited for the knockback and then I used the ability. So that's I'm gonna get here as well pretty early camo detection with a village. So now I have the subs giving camo detection and not anymore the that monkey, so I can sell it. And I can place right here an alchemist. 1, 2, 3. Buffing one of these subs. I'm gonna get all these 3 subs to 0-3. And then as always using Pat's ability for round 47, even if as you could see you don't really need it strictly speaking for round 47. For round 49 it's where you really need it. So 3 subs, and now I'm gonna get a sub commander before round 63. Very important. Round 63, as I showed in Hafkish, can be managed and survived with many different abilities and strategies. So my Wall of Fires going with Bomb 204, going with a lot of different stuff. But because of the fact that I don't want to really spend anything to just survive round 63 and then it's not gonna be useful later on, I'm gonna just get the sub commander. So stopping at the end of this round because the bank should be full. So the submarine that right now is being buffed by the 300 alchemist is the one that you're gonna get sub commander, of course, for obvious reasons. So now here, let's place another farm that should give range in case some balloons in this top side sneak through. I give range now to the subs. And then down here, well actually let's see this. Yeah, why not? Also range a little bit down here. Okay, that's the cash consumed, so that's 3 banks. And I placed 3 of them and not like 2, and then I started to stack the cash for the very simple reason that in for round 63 I wouldn't get enough cash anyway, simply by going through the rounds and popping the balloons. And so I decided to place 1 more bank. And with this extra bank I'm gonna get also more cash, and that's gonna allow me for the end of round 62 to have almost fully banks. So banks almost full with 9.5k cash, so I can collect, I can get the upgrade, the sub commander, and then with the cash that is left I can think about what else to do. So Pat is level 10, that means that round 60 you can survive it pretty easily just by using his level 10. Remember the single Bloons rounds, like round 40, round 60, round 80, and round 100. The Bloons are gonna come from the left side. So should be easy. Got also the Alchemist 400, just so that in these rounds, and also especially in round 62 against the 2 fortified Moabs, you don't I don't risk anything. Camolets here. If the Alchemist gives the dip, the mixer dip to the subs, they should be able to pop Blood Bloons. And also a Pat can pop Blood Bloons. The village gives camo detection to my towers, so shouldn't be problematic. Now let's remove auto store. You can see that the banks are gonna exactly be full at the end of round 62. So I didn't really lose anything in placing one extra bank, and that's exactly what you want. So I'm placing these farms, as you can see, in strategic places so that they give range to the subs. So it's not just placing them, but it's where you place them so that they can also be extra helpful. Now that's a sub commander. Now I'm gonna get here another bank. Now village. I would actually like to get an alchemist here, so I'm gonna just place it, and then I'm gonna place a village, so I have the measures correctly. Alright, and then with the extra cash that is left, let's just place another sub here in range of the village and the alchemist, so it gets buffed. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And let's go. So from now on, it should definitely be easier with the sub commander. You can see that the ceramic rushes are like destroyed in 1 second, maybe less. Yeah, all due to the sub commander power. Now when you have monkey knowledge, the sub commander extra piercing damage to the subs is not limited to the radius, but covers the entire map with monkey knowledge. So in this case, you're not forced to place like all the submarines in range of the sub commander. You can even place them out of range, and you're gonna still benefit from the sub commander passive. Now, of course, in this case, I'm gonna most likely place as many subs as I can around the village, because the village gives camo detection and attack speed, and those are the reasons why I'm gonna continue to place submarines here in this left side and not, for example, in other spots, just because in that way, first of all, they're closer to Pat, so when Pat hits level 14, I can have these subs benefit from Pat's level 3. And also, as I said, for the village. So I'm gonna try place as many subs as I can here. So I'm gonna not even upgrade them, I'm gonna just place them. So let's see how many can I get. Okay. Oh, more than I expected. This village range is like covering subs that should be like out of range, but barely. I'm covering them barely. But that's better for me, I guess. Here, can I fit one more? Maybe here. No, here. Okay. Okay, that's good. So those are all the subs I can place. So not bad, definitely not bad. But before upgrading them, I'm gonna get this other village in the right side with the extra range. I'm gonna remove now all the obstacles, so now the subs are not limited by the line of sight. Remember, don't forget about the banks. So at the end of this round they're gonna be full, so I'm gonna collect and I'm gonna place. So I have 4. So I may place yeah, let's see how many can I fit. I'm gonna give also range here in the middle. So can I place one here? I think no. So one here definitely. Okay. One here, giving range exactly in the middle. Why not? Seems a pretty good idea. Also one here for the same reason. So that's 4, 7. So if I get one here, yeah, why not? 8, uh, 9, and 10. Just one more. Yeah, why not? Whenever there is enough room, it's the same. Here, yeah, dump me. So 10 banks, not really a lot because you don't need that many banks, in my opinion. With the sub commander strategy, is one of the few strategies where um, you don't really need to a lot of other towers. You have already all the damage that you need with the sub commander. You mainly need like support towers, so like the ones I'm gonna show you in a moment. So first of all, I just wanna place some subs here in this right side. For the very simple reason that because I have all the subs in the left side, yes, I have path there as well. So all these subs are better because they're gonna benefit from path level 3. But I have the right side pretty weak, especially after round 80. So when the super SRAMs are gonna start coming out, the fact that all these darts from the left side are gonna take to fly and then to hit the balloons and pop them is not really a good thing. So I need something here in this right side as well to start firing and to start damaging the balloons right off. And that's why I'm getting more subs here in this right side. So I'm just placing them first. I'm gonna place most likely. Okay, so that's 6. So let's get this village to 0. Let's start upgrading at least some of them to 0-3. Remember, these subs, even if they're out of range, they're still benefiting from the sub commander passive because of monkey knowledge. I know I have also a lot of subs here in the left side not being upgraded, but first I like to have some subs here on the other side. Okay, from now on, super SRAMs, and that's where the sub commander strategy struggles a little bit. But yeah, here I'm just upgrading the subs. They're not really that expensive, and I'm upgrading them from the cash I'm getting through the rounds and popping the balloons. And next time I collect the banks, I'm gonna have 95k to spend, and you can imagine that almost everything is gonna go to the subs. So close. Another thing that I'm gonna do is, as I did in this left side, I'm gonna get some of these subs in close. So also this one. So I have 1, 2, 3, the sub commander, and then a 5th one in close. So that's 5 close target subs, and then the other ones I'm gonna just leave them in first. So let's start upgrading them. These ones here in the left side as well. The farms are giving range almost continually, so the subs can attack the balloons like wherever they are in the map. So that's also a good thing. Don't forget about the banks. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's just a second. I'm gonna remove other stores, in that way I can collect and then I can start the new round resetting the cash. Yeah, here we go. And now starting right off. Okay, so with all this cash, very simply I'm gonna get here MIBs in both sides. I'm gonna get 032 Alchemist in both sides as well. Go. I'm gonna get as well a glue gunner in both sides, especially for DDTs. DDTs are quite fast, and the main flaw, about the sub commander is the fact that darts can miss because of the fact that they fly in the air. If the balloon, in this case DDTs, because they're so fast, you don't damage them right off, but after a while. So after the darts can actually hit the DDTs. That's why I think getting glue gunners here to slow down DDTs is a good idea. Before continuing on, I'm gonna get a permabrew as well before round like 95, I think, so that the sub commander and all the subs that are in range of Path can be stronger. The alchemist is in range of all the subs, I think, and also Path is gonna get stronger. Overall, the permabrew is a pretty good upgrade. Now I know that in this right side these subs are quite weak, but if I get these subs in the left side a lot stronger by having a permabrew, I think it's gonna compensate, and it's gonna still work out pretty well. Also, the fact that Pat right here in the left side is like knocking the balloons backwards, is stunning the mob class balloons, is adding a lot of utility, and that's why you can clearly see that the balloons in the left side can't even like start turning. Instead, the balloons in the right side are getting a little further. But yeah, no problem at all. If I don't get the banks fully for around like 98, I may just collect anyway, and with that cash that I'm gonna get, I'm gonna build one mortar 024 to D45 the balloons in round 98. I think it should be the banks should be full for like round 9 at the end of round 90. Yeah, end of round 98 though. Well, let's see. So where do I have some range here with the mortar here on this left side? Why not? So because of the fact that this right side is a little weaker, I'm gonna get the mortar focusing the right side. So right here. Okay, here DDT is getting a little further in this right side, so I'm gonna activate Path Level 3, and you can see that a lot of subs are benefiting from Path Level 3. Also the sub commander. So yeah, not really a threat. Okay, slowly the permabrew is perma-buffing all the subs. It takes a while until all the towers around it are buffed. But here I think I can even get here the more 024 even without emptying the banks. So I'm gonna just empty them at the end of round 98, I think. So because of the fact that I'm a lot stronger in this left side, I'm gonna just keep the mortar in this right side. I don't really mind having fortified BFBs in this left side. You can see that despite that, I'm just melting the balloons. Okay, getting here the first strike capability, preparing for round 100, of course. Collect. Let's get actually a preemptive strike also, why not? 45 DDTs, not a threat. And then round 100, I'm gonna use Path Level 3 as well to do some extra damage. And then when the last layer of the BAD is on, I'm gonna use the preemptive strike. And that's gonna end this Impoppable gameplay. So I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.